All right, the Kings take on the Bucks, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Milwaukee. The Bucks are the 10-point favorite with a total at 233.5. And if you want to see my personal bets, games that I personally have action on, the link for my website is in the description section below, and that's brockpage.com. Now, we have a bunch of different packages on that page, beginning at just $1.99. And speaking of which, we're actually 2-0 in our last two $1.99 daily best plays on brockpage.com. And if you want to access today's $1.99 daily best play, the link for that pick is also in the description section below. We currently have over 880 members who are signed up and active on that website right now. Now the Bucks, they've gotten the W in their last two straight, and they've also pretty much dominated Sacramento in recent meetings. Having said that, though, Milwaukee did fail to cover the point spread in 7 out of their last 10 ball games. And they're covering the point spread in only 37% of their home games this year. And speaking of home games, the Bucks have actually done a pretty bad job of rebounding defensively at the Fiserv Forum. Milwaukee's officially in the bottom 10 in the NBA in home defensive rebounding. They're taking on a Sacramento team who successfully covered in 3 out of their last 5 themselves. As a matter of fact, the Kings covered against the likes of Houston, Cleveland, and the Lakers during that span. I also think there's a pretty good chance the Kings are actually going to out-rebound Milwaukee when they have the ball. Sacramento currently finds themselves in the top 3 in the NBA in road offensive rebounding. So once again, look for them to potentially outperform Milwaukee, rebounding-wise on the offensive end of the court. Now, Harrison Barnes, he's grabbing 6 rebounds a night himself. He's also scoring over 16 points a game. And Barnes is drilling over 41% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, De'Aaron Fox, he's the team's leading points getter with 21 a game, along with 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Now, Sacramento is currently in the top 10 in the league in road scoring. And when it comes to the injury report, Halliburton is questionable for the Kings. Lopez is still out for the Bucks. Now, total-wise, Milwaukee saw contests recently with Memphis and Atlanta get over the line. The Bucks also saw their last 10 straight meetings with Sacramento get over the posted total. Meanwhile, the Kings on the other side, they are officially 63% to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean towards Sacramento plus 10 and the over 233.5. All right, next ball game I have for you, it is going to be Thunder versus the Cavs, 8 o'clock East. Cleveland is minus 12 with the total at 208.5. Now, the Cavs got the W in 5 out of their last 6 ball games, and they're covering over 71% of their contests at home. As a matter of fact, Cleveland's allowing only 102 points a game, and they're currently in the top 10 in defensive boards. This is one of the best defensive clubs in the entire association. Now, scoring-wise, Darius Garland, he's dropping nearly 20 points a game for the Cavs, along with 3 rebounds and 8 assists. Meanwhile, Kevin Love, he's knocking down over 40% of his three-pointers, 14 points a night for the veteran. And speaking of offensive production, the Cavs are currently in the top 10 in the NBA as a team in shooting from the field. Pretty good offensive field goal percentage for those guys. Now they're taking on a Thunder team who lost their last 4 straight, and they also dropped 11 out of their last 13. OKC's also gotten the W in just 26% of their road games, and they score fewer points per contest than any other team in the NBA. Now, one final thing to note here, when it comes to shooting the 3-ball, OKC's making just 29% of their shots from downtown on the road. Now, when it comes to the injury report in this one, Krejci is still out for OKC. Meanwhile, for Cleveland on the other side, Rondo and Stevens, they are questionable to play here tonight for them. Now, total-wise, Cleveland saw 6 out of their last 9 ball games fall under the line. Cleveland's officially 14-7 to the under on their home court. Meanwhile, OKC's 14-9 to the under when they travel themselves. I'm going to lean toward Cleveland minus 12 and the under 208.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup. Kind of a short, modified slate here today in the NBA. But our last game, it is going to be Pacers versus the Suns, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is minus 11.5 with the total at 220. Now, the Suns are on a 5-game winning streak, and they covered the number in 7 out of their last 9. The Suns are officially 26 games above 500, and they're also winning over 77% of their home games. Devin Booker is dropping over 24.5 points a night, along with 5 rebounds and 4.5 assists. Book's also drilling nearly 40% of his three-pointers. He's been pretty good from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Cameron Johnston, not Johnston with a T, Johnson, just regular, normal Johnson. That's right, Cameron Johnson. He's drilling nearly 43% of his three-pointers, and he's scoring almost a dozen points a game. The Suns currently lead the entire NBA in offensive field goal percentage. These guys do a great job shooting the basketball. Meanwhile, defensively on the other end of the court, well, they're pretty good in that area as well. They're limiting their competition to just 32% shooting from beyond the arc. They're taking on a banged-up Pacer team who's going to work here tonight without Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner. Both are battling foot injuries. Meanwhile, Caris LeVert and Malcolm Brogdon, they're also both questionable to play here today as well. So, good possibility we might not see all 4 of Indiana's top scorers. Now, the Pacers lost 7 out of their last 10 ball games, and they're winning only 22% of their contests on the road this year. The Pacers average just 105 points a game when they travel, and they're sinking only 32% of their 3 balls in that same category. Now, injury-wise, once again, LeVert and Brogdon are questionable. Turner and Sabonis are out. Meanwhile, for Phoenix on the other side of things, Nader and Ayton, they're sitting this one out here today as well. And when it comes to the total in this one, Phoenix saw 4 out of their last 5 fall under the line. They were also 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with the Pacers. Meanwhile, Indiana, they saw unders recently with the Lakers, Phoenix, and Boston. I'm going to lean toward the Phoenix Suns minus 11.5 and the under 220. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are currently 2-0 in our last 2 $1.99 daily best plays. I like Sacramento plus 10 over 233.5. Cleveland minus 12 under 208 and a hook. And with my next and final free pick for the video, I'm going to lean toward Phoenix minus 11.5 in the under 220. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Remy Stoles, who said yesterday, "Brock, you are such a beast in these picks. Thank you very much." And Remy, well, thank you very much for that incredibly nice comment, and best of luck to you today in all your picks, all your bets. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of January. Although I do tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, one more thing. If you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website, if you want to access every single bet that I make personally in my everyday life, well, you're going to want to sign up for my board member tier package. Not only are you going to get access to the board member tier pick, but you actually get access to every single pick that I give out on that website all the way through the end of January. That is an all-inclusive pass. So anyway, guys, most importantly, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.